Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome to the video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the latest with Ionic Digital. So I'm going to go over a couple letters. The first one written by Tony, the second one written by Simon Dixon, and then we have a letter written by Figure, which I'll get to in just a moment, to two of the people on the board, Scott and Tom, who are also, ironically, in the UCC. And then Figure gives a presentation about why they think they are best to lead Ionic Digital in the future. And if you want to support them, there is a way to do so. So I'm just going to go through the highlights of these documents for you guys, and then let you know what I think about everything going on too, because there are some things that I am concerned about with what I'll share with you as well. So starting out, this is the letter from Tony. He gives a lot of concerns. So first, the ex-CFO of Ionic Digital, John Penver, is now the CEO, and he doesn't have any Bitcoin mining experience. We're looking for more transparency over the last 6 months, like what happened to the $225 million that the creditors yourself funded Ionic with. What is the cash flow over the last 2 quarters? How much Bitcoin is Ionic mining? And what's the average cost per coin to mine, which is very, very normal for Bitcoin mining companies to report. And also, who's managing the keys to the Bitcoin? Are they holding it at a centralized exchange? Just all that type of disclosure. Some issues with White and Case, what their role is with Ionic, an updated balance sheet, and then providing shareholders with company financials as well. And also providing us with just a detailed update on the progress made by the plan sponsor, which is Hut 8, how many rigs are on site, how many are energized and mining, and also talking about why this liquidity provision was removed, which is a big deal as well, and also issues with so many of the board members being replaced. There are some members of the board who apparently are on the boards of other companies. One is down 95% since they joined the board, another is down 90%. So just like, are these competent board members essentially? And ultimately asking for these disclosures within 5 business days. Next, we have Simon Dixon and his company sharing similar concerns as well. So there has been an overall loss of confidence, basically with everything going on with Ionic, including what's going on with the board, the composition of the board, not having people with legit Bitcoin mining experience. So some things that Simon and his company are concerned by: the limited operational progress the management has made, basically how much mining power is online, what are their targets, what's going on with that, the absence of financial reporting, huge deal, again, what happened to the $225 million, and also senior management, board, and oversight departures. So 2 of the 3 creditor-nominated board observers have departed. And obviously the CEO left. So all of this could present evidence of potential mismanagement. And we, meaning Simon and his company, believe that shareholders should be given the opportunity to confront the board and senior management at a shareholder meeting. So I would love that as well. I would love all of these questions that Tony and Simon and others have written to the judge to be addressed. So next we go into Figure. Now, Figure Markets, or Figure Markets Holdings, they were actually trying to do this, or what they're proposing, many, many months ago. So they were one of the, I guess, bidders in trying to help creditors out. And they have a marketplace, which I'll get to in a second, where they have the technology to list Ionic shares, provide liquidity, trade, borrow against them, etc. So this is a letter that they wrote to Scott Duffy and Thomas DiFiore, both on the board of Ionic. Both were representing the creditors in the Unsecured Creditors Committee, which a lot of people feel could have been a breach of fiduciary duty because they were representing the creditors, yet they pushed and voted and ultimately got Ionic Digital through, and they got 6-figure salaries on the board. So Figure Markets proposes a couple things. And this is where it's good to be critical of everybody, because they want to appoint somebody as their CEO, probably somebody that works with Figure, because that would be nice for them. Appoint Mike Abate, who works at Figure, as the chairman. They want to replace the US Bitcoin Hut 8 as the mining partner we, meaning Figure, have multiple mining partners. They also want to really drive this whole AI and use Ionic's hardware in this whole AI boom that's happening right now. But they also want to provide liquidity to shareholders who wish to exit and sell. So they want to do this within 90 days of appointing this individual as CEO, and also run a Dutch auction to clear out day one sellers at a fair price. And then they want to list Ionic on our alternative trading system, the ATS, and then they want to provide the Form 10 with the SEC if there is not enough liquidity on the ATS to be sufficient for all of people wanting to buy and sell, etc. Figure created this little presentation here. Some of the issues: no clear path to liquidity, I agree. Vacant CEO role, I agree. Lacking a business plan, and also inefficient mining partner. And here they say that they really want to, again, take advantage of this AI sector booming. And they give an example of Core Scientific, CORZ, has outperformed other Bitcoin mining stocks after they developed a contract with an AI hyperscaler called CoreWeave. So you can see right here, this turquoise line definitely outperforms Riot and Marathon at around May or end of May this year. So here they say, we at Figure believe liquidating Ionic Digital would destroy significant amounts of unrealized enterprise value given the monetization potential of its underlying assets. I'll just kind of hold off what I think about that till the end of the video, but many of you guys could probably guess and maybe feel the same way, at least right now. And back to this letter really quick. So if their plan goes through, Figure will contribute around $20 million and also another $15 million of its stock. And the reason is because this would be, or Ionic would be, the first ever digitally native public equity security. So that is something that they want to basically be the first to do. So they are willing to put money in, essentially, which is good. So they give some info about what they do. You can trade, borrow, invest. A lot of people are like, ugh, you know what I mean? Please no, for good reason. If these three words make you cringe, I understand. Celsius kind of tainted all of these three words. And here are the leadership. So Mike Cagney and then Mike Abate, who Mike Cagney says, oh, we should implement him as the chairman. So this is kind of my issue with everything, as you can imagine. So Figure is like, hey, there is a company that is failing. Let's step in. Let's step in and help. But everyone has their incentives, right? Figure has their incentives. Here they say we shouldn't liquidate Ionic because there is more value if we don't liquidate it, if it's under or if it's managed by the right people. And if reading or hearing things like this makes you roll your eyes, it's because the same lingo, the same words were used to get this Ionic mining co through in the first place. No, we shouldn't liquidate, we shouldn't sell, because there is more value if we create this new company. So that's one of my main issues. Now, I don't know the guys at Figure. I have not spoken to them ever. I don't know Mike. I don't know, well, either Mike's or anybody for that matter. But when I'm hearing things like, oh, by the way, we can do better, we can create liquidity, we shouldn't liquidate because everyone can get more money if this goes through, I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical. They want to implement most likely their person as the CEO and chairman. So that's convenient, right? And I'm not trying to be overly critical. I'm just a normal level of critical, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. And I'm really happy, and I would love, actually, for me to be proven wrong. And going back to their letter here, Figure says, we have multiple mining partners. So it's hard to feel excited about something where a lot of it is like, what can we get out of it, And again, I'm not being too critical. I think a lot of people, when reading this, are like, screw this, let's liquidate it, sell everything. I'm tired of any other company. I just want my crypto, sell everything to another company. Or maybe like Marathon or TeraWulf can buy Ionic and then we get shares in TeraWulf or another mining company. That would be cool. Another really profitable mining company that's already listed, like give us shares of that, or just sell it. And then maybe we can get an extra, 4 to 6% back on our claim. It wouldn't be as high as 14, right? But maybe we can just get something. So I think a lot of people do feel that way, but I do want to share this with you too. Figure Markets essentially shared what they did here. They share the letter that I read to Scott and Tom of the board and also the presentation. So they say, we are not optimistic the Ionic board will be receptive to our proposal, and most likely they won't because the people on the board are making six-figure plus salaries to sit there. Therefore, we are concurrently collecting shareholder support to force a special meeting of the board of directors. We would like your support. Please fill out the form below with your name, email, or Telegram handle, absent email, and the number of shares you own. We will not share this info with anyone outside of Figure. We need 25% of all shareholders to force a board meeting. So at this point, should you put your name here? I think it's a good idea. If you put your email, just expect to be on their email list. So there's that, obviously. But I guess you can put your Telegram handle if you would like in this spot. And from this letter or from this webpage that they just put out, they're just looking for shareholders to force a board meeting. So adding your first, last name, adding your Odyssey account name. So the name that Odyssey has for you when they sent you an email with how many shares you have, that would be the name you'd want to put here. And then your email or your Telegram handle, the number of shares, click submit. I'm going to be doing this because I think this is a great way. It's all kind of like united here for us to be able to force a board meeting. But I reserve my rights to still be very, very skeptical of another company essentially taking over a company that looks to be doing pretty poorly. And then that company, Figure in this example, putting their people, their mining people, their CEO, their chairman, putting them into this company. I'm skeptical of that. So I'm just being really, really honest with you guys. And yeah, but I do think that this is a good idea because this is a unified place to get a lot of people to put pressure on the board to, again, force a board meeting because I just don't know. I don't know if the judge is going to compel a board meeting, or even if he can at this point. I don't know the steps that would force these types of disclosures and transparencies that we are wanting, that everybody is wanting, that I shared earlier in the video, that Tony and Simon shared, and we all are like, what's going on, right? So I'll end the video there. I will include this link below for you guys if you would like to enter your information and you would like to help force a board meeting here. So that's it for the video. Just wanted to update you on what's going on, and we'll see what happens, guys. So hope you guys are well. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.